Didn't premeditate that. It would just like popped into my head.
I met a gypsy.
I think that you've been really forward thinking for a long time. Like even the Stewart video that you did, like Run the Stewart 125, like, dude, that's just like hacking culture. You know, like you got the skills to back it up. Then you went out, you got the bike, you picked the most iconic gear that he ever wore. Like that's a genius video. You literally hacked motocross, supercross culture to make that video. And it's like, there's no way that video cannot work. And it's fucking awesome.
That, man, when we talk about that, the whole trajectory of that whole thing could not have been written and scripted any better. I mean,
so break down that whole process.
It was insane. Like the Stewart one and the Pastrana one will likely forever be just staples of my life. I mean, those were two ginormous things. Between the video shoots were both absolutely amazing, and both races. I mean, I ended up doing great at both the races, and obviously with the Pastrana one, I almost killed myself, but it was best case scenario. So backing up to the beginning, I got a call from Jeremy at Red Bull. Yeah. No, I didn't. I knew that I've always wanted to do straight rhythm from the year it first started. I'm like, that's right up my alley. No turns. Great. Okay. I'm good at jumps. I'm good at scrubbing. I'm good at whoops. I'm decent at starts. I could do this. So I got in touch with Steve Mathis, your best friend, and
your boy,
and said, "Hey, Steve, do you know anybody at Red Bull that I can maybe reach out to and see if I can get an invite to this thing?" Because that was right when they had announced that it was going to be two strokes and like a tribute.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I have a good idea. I want to pitch it to him. So he gave me Jeremy at Red Bull's contact. I reached out to Jeremy, and we got on a phone call right away. And I go, all right, listen, James Stewart was my hero. I want to do Cowie 125 from, the 259 James Stewart era and everything. I'm like, I want to do a crazy video shoot, hype it up. Can we make this happen? Can I get into the event? And he's like, oh, heck yeah, man. I could get you the graphics. I have gear I could get you. We got all this stuff we can get you. And right from that phone call, it was like, all right, this is happening. So I think within that hour, I was scrolling through Instagram and I stumbled upon Spencer Luxack had the craziest custom 125 build you've ever seen. And Derek Anderson, I think it was, did a video shoot at his place in Park City, Utah.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture. I clicked in. I watched the video. I'm like,
that's that Iron Horse Ranch, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
Place is like amazing.
It's insane.
Amazing. And I go, I need that bike. It popped up right after that phone call. I'm like, I need that bike. So I shot him a message on Instagram. He responded. We got on a phone call. And we agreed to making it happen. We agreed to doing the shoot at his place, and all of a sudden the ball starts rolling. And then I call my graphic guy. I'm like, all right, this is the graphics that I want to copy. I had 3 title sponsors that I was able to get on board literally overnight. And I'm like, we need to make these graphics or these logos look exactly like the graphics of this James Stewart bike. And AGMX, my graphic company at the time, did an amazing job tailoring the graphics to look exactly like his, but they're with all my sponsor logos. Reached out to Michael Lieb at Canvas MX, and then he custom did the zebra print, the pink and zebra gear, which ended up looking basically completely identical. I want to say I had a custom painted helmet done, all of this stuff. And this is happening quick. This isn't over the course of like 6 months. This is like 4 days. All of this is just happening. And man, the whole thing, the video turned out unreal. And then the way the race played out, I was actually darn fast. And I was going up against like really high power, like KTM 150s. You're allowed to race a KTM 150 at straight rhythm in the 125 class. So that year it was Carson Brown was on a modern day Husky. I don't know if he was on a 150, but that thing was fast, whatever the heck it was. and I'm on, I forget what year now. This is bad. 03 or 04, I think.
Yeah.
Cowie 125, a legit 03 or 04. It wasn't made to look old. It was old. And I'm doing rhythms that nobody else was doing. And like right away on that day, I'm like, wow, I'm feeling it. Like this is sick.
Yeah,
because I'm feeling that pressure.
Energy.
Right. But I was feeling the pressure at first. I'm like, oh God, like I'm going to make a fool of myself if I don't kill it. But right away, right from the first free run, I'm like, this is it. I felt so dang good. And sorry, this coffee's killing me. And the races like went killer. I think I ended up getting second that night. And I didn't premeditate any of this. I don't know if you remember watching the race, but after I won my semifinal, I throw the bike on the ground and I did the sprinkler. Because I remember James Stewart in the 125 days, he would do a dance after every time he won. We would always look for like, everyone was like, all right, what's he going to do now? Didn't premeditate that. It would just like popped into my head. As soon as I won and crossed the finish line, I'm like, sprinkler. And I just started doing the sprinkler. And then I win whatever the next bracket was. And as soon as I win it, just worm. Never done a worm in my life. Did a perfect worm. And I'm like, where did that come from? It's just like I somehow was able to embody James. And then the Travis was a whole different thing. Like I've never felt energy. I've never had an out of body experience like that whole Pastrana thing.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.